Ladies and gentlemen, for weeks now, radical far-left progressives have been terrorizing Tesla dealerships across the country. But as of yesterday afternoon, we've now got concrete proof that all of these protesters have actually been getting paid. That's right, all of this chaos was fake, a total performance, a paid-for political stunt, and the group behind it, a far-left activist organization called Indivisible. You see, yesterday afternoon, several online investigators discovered that Indivisible was offering $200 per day to individuals who would protest outside of Tesla dealerships and cause as much of a disruption as they possibly could. Of course, once they got caught, Indivisible immediately began scrubbing their website, desperately trying to delete all of the evidence, but unfortunately for them, it's too late. Dozens of screenshots already exist, and various online tools like the Wayback Machine allows us to see their website before everything got deleted. In fact, take a look at this. The Trump-Musk coup is underway, and we're all paying the price. Through his farce agency Doge, Elon Musk and Trump are dismantling democracy in real time and ripping apart the services millions of Americans rely on. Every Republican must feel the heat for their complicity in the Trump-Musk coup. Every Democrat must know that we've got their backs when they fight back. So, let me get this straight. They're accusing Elon Musk and President Trump of a coup while paying political operatives to vandalize property and terrorize citizens across the country. That sounds a whole lot more like a coup to me. But you know what? Let's not kid ourselves here. Indivisible didn't magically come up with the money for all of this on their own. No, they had a wealthy benefactor. And who might that be? That's right, George Soros. Once again, Soros is bankrolling the chaos, pulling the strings from behind the curtain, funding yet another far-left war on democracy and basic American decency, and anyone who dares support President Trump. So folks, this isn't some grassroots political movement. No, it's the opposite. This is a full-blown, well-funded political hit job. And you know what? Check this out. Indivisible actually put together a comprehensive Musk or Us protesting toolkit, a literal how-to manual for these paid agitators. We're talking bullet points, talking points, marching orders. Everything is laid out in black and white. Their goal is not to peacefully protest. Their goal is to harass, intimidate, and terrorize anyone who has the audacity to stand with the democratically elected president of the United States of America. So you know what? Let's just call this what it really is: domestic terrorism. Because when you're funding paid chaos, when you're coordinating hundreds of attacks nationwide, when you're actively encouraging economic sabotage and physical destruction, that's not protest, that's a calculated assault on our democracy. But you know what? Don't just take my word for it. Let's take a look at what's actually happened over just the last couple of weeks. Molotov cocktails are getting thrown through windows, Tesla stores are getting vandalized from coast to coast, and over 200 separate protests have taken place, all of which are tied to this one Soros-funded group. So folks, once again, that's not a coincidence. This is a highly coordinated campaign. But you know what? Let's talk about the real motive behind all of this, because it's not just about attacking Elon Musk. No, it's about sending a terroristic message to the American people. One of the major goals here is to tank Tesla's stock price, to cause billions of dollars in economic damage, to send a message to investors, small shareholders, everyday Americans: if you stand with President Trump or Elon Musk, we will destroy you financially. Folks, that's the message. That is the game that these people are playing. It's economic terrorism in broad daylight. And now here's where things get even more absurd. The very same people that are always screaming about saving democracy are the ones hiring actors to protest for money. Just like how progressive rallies are packed with professional activists bussed in from other cities, these Tesla protests were entirely fake. A complete and total fraud, a manufactured political illusion, because as usual, the progressive left has no real support, no authentic movement, just paid saboteurs and fake outrage funded by the same elite billionaires they claim to oppose. But you know what? Here's the truth. For these far-left radical progressives, none of this is even really about Tesla or Elon Musk. Really, this is about politically punishing anyone who supports the America First agenda. Really, this is about stopping the Trump-Musk alliance before they can change Washington forever and put an end to the permanent Washington, D.C. deep state. The progressive left knows exactly what's coming. They know that now that Trump is back in office, the old corrupt order is falling apart. So now they're resorting to vandalism, intimidation, and paid anarchists to do their dirty work for them. But you know what, folks? Here's the bottom line. This far-left organization called Invisible has got to be investigated. The Department of Justice and the FBI need to follow the money. They need to trace every single dollar that was used to fund these protests. They need to unmask every single person involved in this cash for chaos operation. Because let's be honest, what we're looking at here isn't free speech. This is a deliberate attempt to undermine the President of the United States of America and a violent political campaign designed to silence all of his supporters. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real threat to democracy. So folks, once again, here's the truth. These Tesla protests are entirely fake. They're 100% bought and paid for. They were planned, organized, and executed by a Soros-funded group of radical extremists, and they were designed to harm you, the American people. So hey, you know what? Thank God that some of these far-left radical progressives that have been violently attacking Tesla dealerships are finally getting caught. Because I'll tell you what, locking up some of these far-left progressive nut jobs is what it's going to take to make this country great again. But also, like I said a moment ago, it's not enough to just lock up all of these far-left protesters. No, these radically progressive organizations have also got to be investigated and shut down. And then, on top of that, people like George Soros, who have spent billions of dollars to destabilize our country, need to be banned from interfering in American politics. The reality is, it's almost impossible to have a functioning country if a bunch of anti-American globalist foreigners are hell-bent on pouring money into our political system in an attempt to tear our country apart from the inside. However, with all of that being said, it seems like now that President Trump is back in office, things are finally moving in the right direction. We are finally putting America first. Now, folks, before we wrap up with today's video, I want to say real quick that I've actually gone ahead and made a community Facebook page where I'll be posting additional news and updates as it relates to all of this. So hey, if you guys use Facebook, check out the pinned comment down below and give that page a follow. But everyone, that is going to be a wrap for today's video, so please go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. Please like the video while you're down there. As I always say, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. Thank you all very much for tuning in today, and of course, as always, stay safe.